Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I don't want to take too much time. I just want to say how thrilled I am to be at this event with these rising stars who are the future of our community. When I look at them and the work they have done, there is so much hope for what our community can become and what it has become today. Rightfully, this moment belongs to them. So I'm not going to say anything more, but I did bring resolutions from the state legislature of New Jersey honoring these three wonderful people, and I'd ask you to come up.
I'm going to read the resolution by Senator Johnson, Assemblywoman Hyder and Park. Whereas the Senate and General Assembly of the state of New Jersey are pleased to recognize Asad Gilani, a great admired member of his Garden State community who will celebrate the launch of his new book, Equal Opportunity, a collection of Muslim injustices in the American education system. Whereas this outstanding debut publication, co-authored by fellow Paramus High School students Mehreen Khateeb and Mateen Aminyar, is a compilation of thought-provoking and thoroughly researched essays, interviews, and short stories that detail the various discriminatory practices prevalent in our nation's schools, including Muslim-targeted bullying and the lack of halal options in school cafeterias, and it offers attainable reforms to rectify these issues. And it goes on, whereas as the founder and president of Muslim Students for Justice organization, Asad Gilani spearheads a variety of praiseworthy initiatives, including an acclaimed podcast and a weekly blog. I swear, I don't know how these guys sleep, or when they sleep. And a result of his steadfast advocacy, more equitable policies have been adopted in the Paramus School District, a remarkable achievement that he hopes will serve as a model for other districts and organizations. And if I keep reading, you probably will fall asleep, so we'll end it here. You're up very own copy. And this one is for my baby cousin. So like I said, I honestly don't know where these three find the time. They're basically a self-contained publishing house. Through Muslim Students for Justice, they authored this book, they run frequent podcasts, and even maintain a weekly blog. And because any donkey can kick a barn down, and it takes a carpenter to build one, on top of all of the above, the policy work, local efforts to bring halal meat to school, securing the fasting exemption for Muslim athletes during Ramadan. Like I said before, when do you guys sleep? So without further ado, statements.
I wanted to start out today by thanking all of you for coming here in support of our organization, the Muslim Students for Justice organization. From politicians and community organizers to friends and family, from Christians to Muslims to Jewish people, and from all different religions, All of us coming together directly answers the mission statement of our organization. Through explaining my work as founder of the Muslim Students for Justice organization, I believe sharing real-life experiences of Muslim students best grasps of the fight we fight every day. 1. A student gets disinvited from a birthday party because he's labeled an extremist. 2. A student goes without eating for a day because there's no halal foods offered in her cafeteria. 3. A student chooses to not follow his or her true passion of sports because it coincides with the fasting season of Ramadan. In all of the injustices, the commonality is a choice that no student should have to choose, the choice and fight between education and their religion. Arguably, faith and education are considered the two most important and prominent pillars of a child's life. So for these two pillars to be in conflict calls for swift and radical reform. In fact, these two pillars living in harmony is a necessity for the sake of the future of not only Muslim children, but of all children. People often look with faces of confusion as to how I declare pro-Muslim change and pro-Muslim reform helps all people. That said, what's key to know is the goal of the organization, which is leveling the educational playing field and to guarantee equity. It is essential to benefit the party which is underrepresented, the party that is scared to speak, so-called undercover Muslims, afraid of bold opposition and superfluous hate. So, that is the token I care for in spearheading the initiatives of the Muslim Students for Justice organization. A key component as to how I run the organization is divided into action and awareness. Under our leadership, I'm proud to say that as a collective, we passed 2 pro-Muslim policies which influenced over 3,500 children within the Paramus School District with the help of our Paramus Board. And in supporting the mission to provide halal foods for Paramus children and to excuse Ramadan-related absences, we work to lessen the divide amongst Muslims and non-Muslim students in the education system. Moreover, in working with other towns to pass similar policy, the Muslim Students for Justice organization is set to influence policy for over 50,000 New Jersey children in 2023. As a small organization, spreading the action across the entire United States in a quick fashion would be hard. Hence why I bring awareness, and I keep awareness so much as one of the initiatives at the organization. The leading cause of our awareness would, in partnership with Mehreen and Mateen, be obviously, or one of them would be our podcast. So one of the core facets of the awareness sector at the nonprofit includes our Spotify podcast, Critical Conversations, in which we have interviewed prominent elected officials like Mehreen and New York City Councilman Rafael Espinal. Moreover, we have our blog, which boasts over 5,000 visits per week on Spotify. Lastly, we have our social media, which combined has over 10,000 impressions per month. That said, the most prominent sources of awareness that we have at the organization is why we're all gathered here today. Our book, Equal Opportunity, and co-authored by Mehreen and Mateen. In Equal Opportunity, I strategically sectioned off each chapter into 3 different sectors for maximum readability, where our research essays are for the more distinguished reader, like adults. Personal accounts and short stories are great for children. Moreover, our interviews with key politicians and students are readable by all. In doing so, I can guarantee that the mission of leveling the educational playing field is understood by all, not just one sector or another. Moreover, in granting maximum readability, we can serve to drive our initiatives through other forces of change, but most importantly, forces of positive change. In penning Equal Opportunity, I kept the trait of positivity in mind with every letter typed and every paragraph constructed. What I think is that it's one thing to outline injustice in community, but it's another to positively reinforce that positivity for change and the accessibility of policy reform with politicians and community organizers and Board of Education officials. From our book's continued growth and success, I hope that that success is in juxtaposition with the success of all Muslim students and all students in general. In fighting injustice through advocacy, awareness, and action, I believe that together we can ensure our book's namesake, Equal Opportunity. That's it. That said, operating an organization as we do, especially a nonprofit organization, would be a little hard with just us three, obviously. So there is a few key components of our community and of our family and friends that have been extremely helpful and in our success of our organization.